Processing anomaly. Intruder not found. Checking. Intrusion unresolved. Archiving data. Probability high. Damage. Danger. Integrity failing. Will not security provision. Security provision circuits engaged. Reduces survivability. Systems failing.
Been hit with toxin.
Anyone there?
Welcome.
Poison.
that I hear?
Poison! Still got some fight in me! Neurotoxin! I've still got some fight in me! I will not... Neurotoxin! I've still got some fight in me. You must have no idea who you're messing with. I just heard something. Someone may be sneaking around. The zone seems to be clear now. Poison! That was a strange noise.
I'm having a look.
A small price for the sake of purity.
I've still got some fight in me. Here's a gift. Neurotoxin.
Don't need backup for this.
I will not subject.
What's that? Poison! It'll take more than that to spot Templar. I've been hit with toxin. Oh, I can't give up.
something checking this out.
What's this?
Hello? Is someone there?
Neurotoxin! I've still got some fight in me. I'm certain it's nothing we can't handle. Poison! I've still got some fight in me. I will not succumb to you. You must have no idea who you're messing with. Neurotoxin! No!
Fits like a glove.
Poison! I've still got some fight in me!
You're dead! You hear me?
Neurotoxin! I will not succumb to you! Anyone there? Hello? Poison! I've still got some fight in me. I will keep this area secure.
I don't know where he is, but he better show up soon. The facility here is being raided by the Templars. So far we're holding our own, but I don't know how much longer that will last. This may be my last transmission.
Something...
My little visitor seems to have moved along. Neurotoxin! I've still got some fight in me. You must have no idea who you're messing with. Poison! Will not succumb to you! I will keep this area secure. No!
Are you Her Holiness? It's strange seeing you as just another person.
Yes, I'm just another ordinary human being like you. My name is Nicolette Duclair.
Chairman Dumier, the leader of your opposition, has taken a special interest in your safety.
The WTO wishes no harm to come to Her Holiness. This summit was to be an opportunity to soothe the tensions between our organizations and to root out the extremists causing trouble in Trier.
I'm impressed that you would protect the leader of your adversaries.
It's okay, Chief Morgan. We can tell him the truth.
The truth?
Alex, the WTO and Order are not as they seem. They are but different faces of the same organization, the Illuminati, an ancient secret society to which Chad and I are the heirs. My mother was the Illuminatus Beth Duclair. The WTO and Order are merely the tools Chad and I are presently using to elevate humanity to the next level.
I know, it's overwhelming. I've dedicated myself to the WTO only to find out it's just a myth they created.
If the WTO and Order aren't actually opposing entities, then what's the point of this summit?
The real opposition right now comes from the Templars, the militant anti-biomodification. The summit was only a cover to justify our public presence in Trier. Our true goal was to investigate rumors of a Templar splinter cell within the Order.
And what did you find?
With the help of Agent Morgan, I learned that Lumenon Saman is the traitor. He has converted most of the Trier Shard to his extremist views, incited the riots, and has been stealing equipment from the Panzerworks factory.
Saman? He's behind this?
Yes, everything. My kidnapping, the disabling of the gate. He's taken a critical component from it, the sequencing module, to the Order Church in Hochstadt, where his group is headquartered. Once you get that module from him, you'll be able to use the gate.
Thank God she's all right. Good work. My people will secure the facility. In the meantime, we should follow up on what Her Holiness learned about Lumenon Saman. Go to the tavern and hire a pilot. If you would like a map of Saman's compound, report to the SSC station on your way across town.
Mr. Dumier sent me to safeguard Miss Duclair's return.
She's all yours.
Thank you. I will be assuming command of this facility. Your presence is no longer required. Report to Mr. Jimmy A.
Reassembling tissues. Finished repairing damage.
Are you another of JC's gone bad? We do not like the last one's questions. She works with these intruders, and now she's gone through the gate to our home in Antarctica.
You must mean Billy and the Templars. I guess she's already passed through this way. Did she take any Templars with her?
No, just her. Only JC's can use the gate. Apostle Corps even had to bring this one the long way. That control was to keep us all safe. But now that woman has turned wrong.
What does Apostle Corps need creatures like you for?
We were a VersaLife experiment. Then JC came and helped us. This one is here, away from all the ice, to help with lab works. But then the Templars came.
I had nothing to do with the attack on this lab. I'm trying to get to JC myself. Can you tell me anything useful?
This one already told the other one from JC everything. Betrayal. This one was to be set free, but it was more lies and destruction. You must not betray. JC may be in danger already. Wait, take the intruders with you. We wanted just to be left alone.
Leave me.
Now that you know the WTO isn't what it seems, what are you going to do? Leave the organization?
I don't know. I'm still reeling from the shock. But somehow it's starting to make sense now.
Can you forgive them?
It does make me uneasy, finding out it's all a front. But I can also see what the Illuminati are trying to accomplish and why they must work in secret. I'll probably continue publicly working for the WTO, but with a new awareness of its true importance.
Report to Mr. Jimmy A.
I don't know what I'll finally decide about the WTO, but it's hard to pass up a chance to play a role in so—
Leave me.
Perhaps this is my destiny, to join the Illuminati in their endeavors.
The WTO and Order are actually two branches of the same organization?
Precisely. We could never lead humanity as one monolithic force, at least not initially. The Illuminati have always worked in secret, and the WTO and Order are just two of our present facades.
But people dedicate their lives to these causes, and it turns out they're just your pawns?
Not at all. We are humankind's servants, not their puppeteers. We knew that human society could not respond to a single voice, so we engineered these organizations. With these fronts, we can optimally lead civilization toward a bright future.
Report to Mr. Jimmy A.
Saman really is a Templar?
Unfortunately, yes. He has taken the Order's respect for nature and warped it into fanaticism. His quest for purity is just a euphemism for the extermination of modified individuals.
Surely the Illuminati can deal with a few crackpots.
Don't underestimate the Templars. Saman has amassed a great deal of support and resources for his cause.
Leave me.
When were you planning on telling the public about the WTO and Order connections?
When the time is right. Right now, the general populace simply isn't ready for this kind of information. At this stage, we're only telling select individuals in the higher echelons of each organization.
Then why are you confiding this in me?
Because you're an extraordinary creation, Alex. We've been watching your progress for a long time, waiting for this moment.
Your presence is no longer required.
We work in secret only because it best serves our purpose. In time, humankind will understand and thank us.
It
Your
just seems
nonsense
too
with me
surreal.
can lead. Report to Mr. A. Your presence is no longer required.
We work in secret only because it best serves our purpose.
I don't know what I'll finally decide about the W.
Report to Mr. Jimmy A.
Damn! Hey! Oh, hell! Oh, get Poison! Poison! I'll be okay. Hey, some serious heat over here. You're not getting away that easy. Come on, let's work together. Poison! Oh, guess I might not make it. I think you're caught. Just try and get away. Just give me a target. I need a target. Poison! Poison! Guess I will not make it. Poison! Oh!
Sorry, no access to the Black Gate without the proper clearance.
I talked to Chairman Dumier, and he gave me the key.
Then you're cleared to pass.
Your followers haven't expelled you yet?
Word is leaking out that Her Holiness and I have been secretly working together. I think we can spin that into diplomatic ties.
Or private negotiations. How does that sound, darling?
No need for people to have the perception that we started these organizations for some other purpose.
Unless somebody tells them.
I could tell them myself. They would think it was the same old story. The Illuminati secretly controlling the world. Who? Some might believe it, but everybody else would laugh in my face.
People want to believe certain things about their leaders. That's always been our key to power.
You said you had a map of the Templar compound.
Yes, of course. Here you are. Find the sequencing module. Go through the gateway to JC's sanctuary. We have our own interest in protecting JC Denton from the Templars.
I would think that you and Apostle Corps would be bitter enemies.
We are, but first the clam must give up its pearl. Good luck, Special Agent Denton. We will call on you when the time comes. In case you need a pilot to take you to the compound, the Nine Worlds Tavern is a good place to hire one.
That was a pretty low trick you played on the world, taking advantage of the collapse to seize power, and then deceiving people with a phony conflict between business and idealism.
No society is without this conflict. Our intention is to develop both principles and then integrate them into an open, secular society.
One puppeted by the Illuminati.
Our work has always done more good than harm. The collapse would have been far more devastating if Chad and I hadn't served the memory of my mother and of my family's history by rebuilding the Illuminati organization, which was nearly destroyed by MJ-12.
There was a time when we were the rebels. The older generation had failed us in so many ways. But now we see that the flaw was in their methods, not their intentions.
Their intention to disguise tyranny with so-called free institutions.
The average citizen in a society of billions is never free, whether because of tyranny or simply because of the contrast between his small size and the size of the government.
We plan to give people a sense of freedom and a prosperous world. In practical, historical terms, that's about as good as it gets.
Be there for us, Alex. The critical time is approaching. The old order is generally recognized as the high point of civilization. We simply want to revive it.
You grew up in hard times, Alex. Don't let that make you into a cynic. Order will prevail. It always does, whether the cause is mystical or merely secular.
Admirable job at the gate. I figured they'd bring in a specialist.
Meanwhile, we have been accused of theft, which is...
We were only following Luminon Samon's directives. We had no idea.
The Nine Worlds is a no-weapons zone.
So you want me to
No, you've just got to consent to the standard deactivation.
Here you go.
Thanks for your cooperation.
I provide defense, should the need arise.
Would you like to make a purchase?
No thanks.
It is foolish to pass up this opportunity, but that is your choice.
Time again for a dark bullet! In the bullseye today, Chairman Dumier of the WTO.
The whole reason I joined the Order was to get away from factory model thinking.
I found Her Holiness. Turns out she's Nicolette Duclair, an Illuminatus.
Of course she is. That was my precise purpose in sending you to save her, so that you would believe me when I say that we face a great danger. The Illuminati have been very successful at reshaping the post-collapse world. Control of our technology would allow them to create a hand-picked ruling elite.
How can they simultaneously support the ideals of the Order and the commercialism of the WTO?
The Illuminati have always sought just one thing: centralization. Centralization of wealth, power, and ideology. The implementation details are unimportant.
So they centralize wealth with the WTO and ideology with the Order. What about power?
That they hope to get from us. Work with our charming co-conspirators just a little while longer. When you have the sequencing module for the gate, you will be free to contact JC on your own. Extraordinary times, my young friend.
My chopper is ready when you are.
I need someone to take me to the Raustadt neighborhood.
As you wish. I will meet you on the rooftop next to the tavern. Becoming a very interesting source of information. I will help you to recover the component for the teleportation device.
More decryptions of my communications?
I'm your friend, Alex. The more I know, the better I can protect you.
Just get me to the Raustadt, and try not to draw too much attention.